Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I am giving you the perfect fall tones tutorial. So if you are interested in seeing how to get these lovely harvest, fall, borderline Thanksgiving, it's coming next month people, vibes and looks, then keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, if you have not already, please consider clicking the subscribe button. It really helps me a lot, and I would love to have you join for future content. Alright, so first make sure you are moisturized, especially as the seasons change. If you're somewhere like me in Ohio that changes seasons, I start to get a little more dry. Want to make sure we have a really smooth canvas to work with. I've been really liking this Caudalie moisturizer right here. This is the Instant Brightening Moisturizer by them. I like it as a day cream. It's not as thick as a night cream, but it is very moisturizing and dries down quickly. I also need it because, you know, the maskne is really showing here. So when my acne starts to heal, it tends to get a little more dry, peely, flaky as it heals. So I make sure I keep those healing blemishes hydrated so that they're not showing up. So following up with those blemishes, I'm going to color correct first. This is just a little green stick. I got it on Wish. It's almost gone though, so if you have any suggestions, I think I'm going to try a liquid color corrector instead of the stick next time. I know Jeffree Star Cosmetics makes one. I'm also intrigued by the Nikita Dragon Beauty brand one. So if you have any experience with those or any other liquid green color correctors that you have thoughts on, let me know down in the comments, because I think I'm going to have to be purchasing soon because there's like hardly anything left in this, maybe a couple uses at best. This works fine. It's not that this doesn't work, but I don't know. I'm just curious to see how the liquid would lay compared to in the stick. Sometimes I do think it doesn't necessarily like dry down. It's pretty emollient, and I wonder if products would layer a little bit better if it was a liquid that dried down instead of this stick. So I just want to test it out and try. I'm going to do a quick brow fill here with my It Cosmetics little pencil here, just the universal taupe, and I'll be right back. Alright, and I did also use my Femme Couture Perfect Arch Clear Brow Gel from Sally Beauty for that. Now I'm just going to throw on a bit of the CoverGirl Lid Lock Up Eyeshadow Primer just to start letting that settle in and get a little tacky, and then we'll go on to the rest of the face. Alright, so I'm going to be incorporating in some of my items from my Project Pan 2020 since it is almost partway through, almost halfway through October. I'm really going to try to start doing a big push to finish up some of these items. I don't think, honestly, that I'm going to get through all 20 items that I had set myself a goal for, but if I can at least get 15 of the 20, I feel like I'll be pretty happy with that, to have gone through 15 products this year. And just to be clear, I've gone through more than 15 products. Those are just the, the 15 specific ones from Product Pan. So I just used my Maybelline Master Prime little primer, pore filling, blur and minimize moment here. I don't like that, so that's why that's on there. And then this Mary Kay medium coverage I'm going to use in Ivory. This is okay. The more and more I use it, my skin is just like, I don't know if it's rejecting it or what. It seems to be breaking up a little bit throughout the day. Could also be, the mask I have to wear all day, every day. But that's just a little bit older in my collection, so I wanted to use it before it expired and really was just no good to use anymore. And I'm just putting this all over my face with my Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH03 brush. See, even though this is a medium coverage foundation, because I went in with that green color corrector first, there still is going to be pretty good coverage on those blemishes, and they will be covered for the most part. At least the coloration, if they're a raised up bump in the texture, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of my Coty Airspun powder here, just a little puff. This is a little puff I got in a BH Cosmetics product. I really like the size of it. I find this finish of this foundation is a little I don't know if I would call it satin. It's not dewy, but it isn't fully dried down matte. And I find if I don't powder and set it, it doesn't stay into place and it doesn't last as long. So I'm just going to give it a quick little powder there, and I think that helps kind of lock in, you know, that color corrector that I said doesn't really dry down all the way as well. So that powder just helps to lock it into place a little bit more. And then I'm going to go in with bronzer. So I'm going to be using today the matte bronzer. This is in the shade Desert Matte. This is from the Pacifica Desert Sunset little duo here. This is from Ipsy. If you haven't seen my last Ipsy video, I will leave that linked in the description below. It was very good last month. So I got this from that. And you can expect there will be my October Ipsy video coming up pretty soon, probably next week, depending on when it gets shipped. So I'm just going to go in with my Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH02 humongous brush here and bronze a little bit here. So today's video is kind of like the contrast, opposite, whatever you want to call it, of a couple weeks ago I did the fall cool toned look. So I'm going more for a more traditional warm toned fall look today. I think this is probably more the type of look that most people think of when they think of fall. Which is why I have my lovely mustard tone top on today. Okay, next I'm going to pop on a little blush, and I'm going in with the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette. You guys, this is amazing. It's $35, which is a little up there, but you get all of these blushes for that price. So if you do, you know, 35 divided by 6, they're really not that bad individually, and they are quite large pan sizes. So it's going to last a really long time. I've really enjoyed the formula so far, and I'd say 3 times I've used it so far. I've really enjoyed it. So I'm going to use today Spacey, this shade right here, and mix in a little bit of Twilight just to get that kind of orangey tone mixed in for our look today. Anybody else that follows Manny, have you noticed on his Instagram stories, he keeps posting photos that are like stock photos of like sky, night, moons, thing like that. He hasn't like mentioned it though, and I feel like it's some way that he's like discreetly dropping something about Lunar Beauty, but I haven't picked up on what it is yet, but I feel like it's for a reason. It's been going on for a couple weeks now. Has anybody else noticed? All right, it's finally time for the eyes, guys, and today I'm featuring none other than the Pure and Raw Beauty Christie collection. This is a limited edition double-sided palette. So on one side we have all of these bright, vibrant, lovely colors, and I'm actually going to be dipping into the opposite side today, which is the more neutral side, to get our fall look. So I'm going to be using, to start out with, a Morphe M441 brush here, and I'm going to mix together Camelot and It Just Does here at the top. In real life, this shade is a bit more orange than it looks like it's picking up on camera here. So there's the shades. It's, to me in the viewfinder, looking a little pink, but it is quite orange. So that's, again, Camelot and It Just Does. And guys, you don't have to use this specific palette for this fall look. You can just find similar tones. I'm actually thinking about doing a video as well just on some fall tone recommendations for eyeshadow palettes in general. So give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it, or if you think you would like that video in the future, let me know. I can try to have that up in the month of October, because to me, November is still fall, right? Thanksgiving, we're still thinking those kind of like harvesty tones. So I like mixing these two because it does give you more of that mustard shade. It's not too yellow, which this isn't straight up yellow, you know, canary yellow in this palette anyway, but I like to mix the two just to get my own custom fall color there. I've done this a couple times and really liked it. And I'm just placing that in the crease and really blending it quite far up close to the brow bone. Now that's mostly because of my eye shape. I have hooded eyes, so you can play with your eye shape and your placement to put it however you like best. If you are using the Raw Beauty Christie palette the way I am, I would make sure to remind you to tap off the excess, because these are pressed pigments and not normal eyeshadows, and especially since we did our base first, you'll have a lot of fallout if you don't tap off the excess, or, you know, you could just do your eyes first and not your base the way I did it. So next I'm going to take this little M465 brush here, and I am going to go into You're Not My Real Dad, and I'm just going to pack that on and place it on the outer third of the eye to give us some depth and dimension. I am blending what's left of that as well into the crease shades just to make it look cohesive. I'm going to take a little bit of what's left, not dipping it on again, and carry some of that darker shade to the lower lash line as well. Also taking that same brush and mixing a few of the colors I put in the crease just to put on the inner third of the under eye. So you could put a shimmer in the rest of here if you wanted to. I kind of want to leave the eye look itself matte. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take now Camelot by itself, not mixed with It Just Does this time, and I'm going to put that on the remaining portion of the eyelid. Making sure to blend it in with You're Not My Real Dad really well there in the middle, so there's a nice transition. Hopefully you can see it is a bit more orange in the crease than it is on the inner third of the eye. That was intentional and what I want it to be. That's why I mixed it in the top and did not on the eyelid. All right, then on the teensiest little M508, I'm going to take Golden Ticket. It's just a gold shimmery shade. You could use a gold highlighter if you have that instead. And I'm going to place that in the inner corner. Again, you could skip this part if you want it to stay totally matte, but I like a little pop in the inner corner myself personally. Perfect, and there's our eyeshadow. I really love this look. I think it complements especially people with brown eyes, maybe even hazel or green, very well. So next we're going to move on to just a little bit of eyeliner here. I'm going in with the Ciate London Fierce Flicks. This is a black eyeliner that I'm just going to do a little wing here. You could do no liner, you could do a brown liner. It's whatever you desire. I think the last time I did this look, I did do it with brown liner, and I'm thinking I actually liked that better. So if you're debating back and forth, I would recommend the brown, but the black is definitely going to hide the lash band a bit better when I apply my falsies. I went back in and added just a little more blush. I just felt like with the rich intensity of those pigments from the Pure palette that I needed a little more to balance it out. I'm going to give myself a quick spritz of the Milani Make It Last setting spray in matte. I'm going to go ahead and start prepping the lashes here. Today I'm using the Ardell Professional Studio Effect lashes, and this is in the style 233. These are also from Sally Beauty. Here's what they look like. My little two there, if you see that, I like to keep track of how many times I have worn my lashes. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but they are only intended for a certain number of uses. So I think you can use that more as a guideline. You know, if it says 5 or 10 wears or whatever, you probably don't have to be exact with that. But I like to keep track just because I'm always worried I'll overuse them, overwear them, whatever, and they're not meant to last forever. I never want to do anything that's going to be unhealthy for my eyes, and I don't know, I'm just weird and worried about eye infections, I guess, especially with wearing contacts. So that's why that number is there, if you were wondering. All right, while those lashes are setting up, I'm going to give my lashes a quick curl here, as well as slap on a little mascara. And I'm not going to use anything new lash wise or anything today. Like I said, I'm trying to use up what I've got and encourage you guys to do the same. This is the Ulta Beauty Ultimate Lashes Multitasking Mascara. You guys, for a while I kept saying, I'm so sorry I'm using this, because I couldn't find it anymore. And the last time I was in an Ulta store in person, I saw they had some of these for sale. Same color tube and everything, and I really do enjoy this mascara. So I had put it on my project pan list because I thought they weren't even selling it anymore, and was like, well, I should use this up, get it out of my collection. I know some people find it annoying when you film with products that you can't even find anymore, so I thought, well, I'll just, you know, get rid of this. And lo and behold, now it's back. So you can purchase this mascara if you want. It's really affordable, the Ulta Beauty brand, like the line that the store carries. I really like it. I've really enjoyed this mascara to the point where I've been kind of like sad that I put it on my project pan list because I wasn't going to have it anymore, but they now have it. All right, and there's the lash on. I really like this pair for more natural looking days. You certainly could amp up the drama, go a little more dramatic, but I chose this cute little everyday pair for today. All right, and we are going to finish up this perfect fall look with the perfect lip. So I got this little lip kit from Milani. This is their collab with Salt and Peppa. And I did get this at Ulta, so you should be able to probably still find it there. It was on clearance. And this color, perfect, everything, wonderful, fall. So the set comes with a lipstick and a lip liner. It was $5.99 on clearance when I got it. $3 a piece, I say yes. And this is in the shade Shoop. So it's kind of like a brownie neutral shade. So I'm going to go ahead and line my lips. And then I'm going to go in with the lipstick. So you could certainly top this with a gloss if you wanted to, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it matte for today. The very last thing I'm going to do here is actually add a little highlighter. I'm going to go in with my Morphe GH09 brush. And this is something I picked up recently and I've been loving as well. From Ofra, this is the Samantha March collaboration, and this is the highlighter in Start Inspired. It's this beautiful pink and champagne, kind of on the icy side, mixed highlighter. Gorgeous. It's got a little bit of a pinky hue that I think is going to go great, almost as a blush topper. And here's the final look, guys. So I hope you all loved this perfect fall inspired tutorial. I just love fall. I love the rich tones. This eyeshadow I'm living, the lip combo, it's all just wonderful. I'm going to be living my fall fantasy at least for the next couple weeks before we hit Halloween. If you're new and you haven't already, please click the like and subscribe button and join us for more content in the future. I upload new videos every Sunday and I really hope to see you on the next one. Have a great week, guys.